Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm gonna show you a nighttime guest makeup. So this is gonna be a glam makeup, and you know, it has a little bit of advanced steps, and so this is for people who are really bold in wearing makeup. So to know how I created this, you can please keep on watching. So my skincare is all basically done. So all the details of my skincare will be listed in the description box below to check it out. And after my skincare, I have left my skin suck in the moisture I've given it so that the makeup applies really flawless. So now as a first step, I'm gonna prime my skin, which is really important when you're wearing makeup for a long time. So I will be using this Laura Mercier translucent primer. This is a blurring primer. It's gonna be something like this, and I'm gonna press it on the center points of my skin. This actually smoothens out my skin and fills in the pores, and also keeps it really oil free for a very long time. So now I'm not gonna apply my foundation right away. I'm just gonna let that primer set inside. Now that my primer is all set, I'm gonna move on to my color correcting. As I've been taking a lot of care to my skin, I don't think so there's much of color correcting thing needed, but I'm anyways gonna use it around my mouth and under my eyes because my eyes have slight dark circles. It's a tad bit uneven around my mouth as well, so when I color correct, my foundation's gonna look even more flawless. So this time I'm gonna use my old Scott Barnes technique. This is a very favorite technique of mine, but I don't use it on a regular basis. I use it only when there is, you know, when I'm gonna be photographed during the night time, because daytime this might look really heavy. So for nighttime looks, this is gonna be really amazing, and on the whole your makeup is gonna look amazing. So I follow this most of the time during my nighttime events. So what I actually do is I do the color correcting, concealing and the contour underneath my foundation, and on top of that I just apply my foundation, so it makes my whole face looks really flawless. So that's what we're gonna do now. I'm using my Makeup Revolution orange corrector directly over my lids because I have a little bit of darkness going on there as well. So my color corrector is done. I am gonna contour using the same Makeup Revolution concealer in the shade, a deeper shade. It's in the shade C16. I'm gonna contour my skin. You know, this is a bit of extra work, but then it's gonna make your makeup last long and also look very seamless. Like, they won't know where you've blended your contour, they won't know where you've highlighted. Everything is gonna look very evened out. So for my highlighting concealer, I'm gonna use my Too Faced Born This Way concealer. All the products I'm using here will be mentioned in the description box below. As a next step, I'm also gonna use a little bit of liquid blush from NARS in the shade Dolce Vita. A slight sheen under my foundation as well. So just taking on the back of my hands and just applying it. So we're using all the liquid products under the foundation. Now it's time to move on to the foundation. I'm using my Estee Lauder foundation. This is the best foundations for any events. Like if you find the right shade, then this is going to be a best friend. If you want one foundation that you can use it for any kind of climate, this is the one I would recommend. I'm in the shade Cinnamon. On top of this, I'm gonna go with my foundation. Don't drag, just tap it, because you don't want to move anything what you've applied before this. Base is all done. I am gonna move on to my eyes, and for that I'm gonna use my ABH Amrezy palette. It's a very Barbie vibes kind of a palette. Free shade, I'm gonna use New Yorker. Next I'm gonna take the shade 1988. Outer ends are deepened. I'm gonna go in with this shade called Semsa with the same brush. I'm gonna use the shade Semsa. It's a very pinky purplish shade, and I'm gonna use to blend the outer edges to give that pink shade. On top of this, I'm gonna go with a shade called Reezy, bright pink shade. On top of this, I'm gonna use the shade called Barb. It's a very pinkish purplish glitter which has a flecks of green in it, so when I apply it's gonna come a little bit more greener, but it's gonna reflect light. It's very light reflective, so when I use it for nighttime it's gonna be really, you know, a next level glam. So slightly, and just gonna just a little and tapping on the centers. It gives you that next level glow. And also make sure if your hooded eyelid like mine, just make sure you don't go above your crease at all and keep it very close to your lids. I'm gonna use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. To set my brows in place, I'm using ABH Clear Brow Gel. It has no color, but it is really good in setting your eyebrows in place. Mostly for halo eye looks, they won't wing because it will spoil the look of the makeup. So I'm gonna do the same. Gonna give a very slight eyeliner look. I'm gonna use my Charlotte Tilbury bronzer in the shade Deep. Like I already said, I used my liquid blush underneath my foundation. Now I'm gonna use my powder blush. It's from Makeup Revolution. Baked blush in the shade Rose Kiss. So I'm gonna apply only on the outer perimeters, not bringing it in. Before I add any mascara, I am gonna go in and set everything in place. I'm using my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. Since the whole look is pink, I wanted to use my Benefit Bad Girl Mascara in the shade pink. Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. It's very tiny wand, you can easily go into all your lashes, but that one gives you a different level of volume. Actually, the two in combination might give you a little bit more better performance. This on its own is not really great. Since I'll be applying lashes, I'm okay with it, but for a lower lash line, this one's fine. When I use this Anastasia Beverly Hills lip tint in the shade Rosewood, this goes down really watery. I thought of applying a lip gloss over it, but then I feel this look completes here for me. So hope you all enjoyed this video, and please do consider subscribing to my channel. I'm so grateful that my YouTube channel has reached 400 subscribers. It is very small, but it is really big for me. That 400 means a lot to me, so please consider subscribing to my channel. Meet you on another one. Bye guys.